I'm Dea Loren.
And I'm Damien.
I'm a mother, wife, and indie gospel recording artist.
I'm a father, husband, and I'm in car sales.
But we make time to DIY together to the rhythm of life on Rhythm and Renovations.
Welcome back.
Hey,
What's going on, everybody?
Rhythm and Renovations.
That's right.
Yep.
And so we're here again, and today we're going to talk about our stairs.
Yep. Another project my husband did not want to do. But again, I told him I'm doing most of the work, so whatever. Plus, he told me early on when we got married that the house was my domain.
Yes.
And the yard was his. So every time he complains about what I want to do, I'm like, remember you said that the house is my domain, so I want to do the stairs.
And I just say, okay.
And so he doesn't. But what happened was we had carpet.
Yeah.
And also the banisters were the oak, white oak, the same oak that was on the floor.
Yep.
And I don't like white oak. And I don't like carpet. So that's another story. But so I said, hey, let's pull up the carpet on the stairs and see what's underneath it. Because I had seen a video on YouTube, great YouTube university, where a girl did hers, and I think she said she spent $80.
Yeah.
She pulled up the carpet.
I don't know where the $80, how that was possible, because it was not $80.
You don't know.
It was way more than $80. I don't know what she did for $80.
It was not way more than $80.
Anyway.
It ended up being more only because we have more stairs than her. Mm-hmm. But we had the same materials. So in her video, she pulled up the stairs and she actually had the carpet and she actually had wood underneath. And so that's the first thing we did was say, hey, what do we have underneath? Is there nothing? Is there some kind of like
is there wood?
Plywood or whatever? But it was actually treads that are made of pine. And so it was like, yes, plus number one. So the first part was pulling up the carpet and my husband did that.
Well, plus with the carpet, it was always getting dirty.
Yeah.
Kids going up and down the stairs all the time. And so
it just, to me, looked less modern. So you pulled up the carpet.
Yeah, a lot of ripping up carpet. I had to pull up all the carpet, the tack strips and things like that. Sand them all down, sand each. And you actually sanded them.
Yes, why are you telling my stuff?
I was just saying what
Act like
I
you
was
did.
just going.
Anyway,
but no, it was. We found it was really dirty underneath.
Yes.
Like they just put up all the dirt when they built the house and just left. Like, you know what? We're not going to clean anything. Nobody's going to see it. It's under the carpet.
They had dirt. They had paper. There was a lot of paint.
Sand
on the stair treads. And so that meant there was a lot of work that had to be done. Now, I don't think it cost much more than $80. It cost about $100, again, because we had to buy more of the stain. Mm-hmm. And also, too, I don't think she painted her stair railing. So let's just say about $150. No. And so I had to
sander.
We didn't buy a new sander.
I didn't buy. No, not that one. No. I did have an old sander. I think it died after this project, though.
So it probably cost about twice what she said, but still not that much. We have about 24 stairs, actual individual stair treads.
Yeah.
And so, again, we have it coming two ways, one from the front door and the other one from the kitchen area or the family room. And then we have a landing and then more stairs that go to the second floor. And so there was a lot, much more to do than what was in the video. And so once he pulled up the carpet, it was my job. I got out the sander. I had on my little mask. Had my little dress on and tied my hair up so I wouldn't get dust in my hair and went to work.
Dust got everywhere else, though.
Yeah, dust was all over the house. But at the same time, we were already renovating like our floors and our kitchen.
So because we had already done the floors, we wanted to...
No, we hadn't done the floors yet. It was at the same time.
Okay, well, we were doing the floors and we wanted to try to match. And so, again, to make it more upscale. And so that's why... So even when we started doing it all, even on the landing, to use the existing flooring that we were putting on.
Yeah, we were in the middle of the process. So first thing I did was paint because, I didn't like the oak. So I painted everything white. I love white. I know white is not a real color, but I still love white. It's just a great accent. And so I did that, and we have a sprayer, and that was a lot. It took a lot of time. didn't necessarily cover up very well because we got a lot of paint on like the carpet, but we were pulling it up. So, and then the second thing was to sand. So I did a bunch of sanding of every stair tread, and that took probably about a week for sure.
Because all the old paint that was on it from when they originally put the carpet down, when they originally sprayed and painted the actual banisters and the sides here.
Yeah.
They just it's gonna be covered up. Who cares if it gets paint on it? Well,
Yeah.
we did, but still.
So then, after that, I bought some stain from Behr. Get it at Home Depot. I believe.
Well, I had to fill all the cracks
Oh, yeah.
and all the nail holes and
To get everything smooth.
The holes from the staples and the tack strips and everywhere else. So.
And so I did a semi-transparent stain. I did it like in a brownish gray color, which I don't remember the name, but it was from Behr. And it's actually an exterior stain. But
a deck stain. It was a deck stain.
Yeah, a deck stain. So I used that, and I stained the stair treads to kind of coordinate with the floor. I'm not about matching, but I am about coordination.
Right. And we wanted to use the exterior because we like if it can last outside with people walking on it and the elements and things like that, it's going to last a little bit longer than just an interior stain that we might have to redo it again and things like that. At least
And then
that's what I thought.
I also added a clear coat to give it a little bit of shine, so that it was a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And then, so when we did that, now some of the lessons learned, like I did a lot of taping, and the tape, well, you know, with painter's tape or anything like that, it can stick and it can also pull up.
If you leave it too long.
If you leave it too long. So I had to kind of do a lot of touch up afterwards, because when I was trying to protect the banisters, when I was staining, then I pulled the paint off the banisters. And then when I'm like trying to protect the stairs to try to touch up the banisters, then I'm pulling paint or stain. So that was probably the biggest lesson learned.
Nope.
What was the biggest lesson?
Biggest lesson is we need to seal off and tape up and block dust from getting all over the house.
We still have dust in our trees.
Dust in my closet upstairs. I mean, dust was everywhere. And so that's my biggest lesson is we needed to just seal off and just everywhere the dust could have possibly gone to keep it centralized into just this area. Because even though it had the little dust thing on it, it wasn't working.
It wasn't going inside the same.
It was not going inside.
And then also too, like I said, we have a landing. So we use the landing to try to bring some of the wood from the hardwoods that we laid down into the stairs so that it all tied together, and we did our floors in a diagonal. And so we also did the landing, laid that in a diagonal as well. And another thing, it was hard to finding bullnose, which is the round part that goes
at the end of the stair, at the end of the
tread. Landing.
Yeah, so we had to add a bullnose because
there's
everything
no
else is
tread
curved.
there.
Yeah, everything else is curved. So to add, all the other stairs have a bullnose on them.
So when you're doing this stuff, you kind of learn as you start shopping. And so I noticed that while we're making the landing, we actually needed a bullnose because our treads that were already on here already have a round finish. But that was just flat.
Squared off. And
so to go with the treads, we needed to add a bullnose. So I actually went to Amazon, bought some wood bullnose. I think it was in the maple as well that we have for the floor. Stained that and added that there so that we could have a finished look.
Yeah, and so everything has a nice rounded look to it. Because when the stairs were there, it was just cut off and just a landing.
It was carpet over it,
carpet, so they didn't care. But now that it's going to be bare, to try to, there was nothing. It was just when bare wood along the ends of it. So we bought that bought the bullnose to fix that.
So another thing also that we did to the stairs, not just painting and staining the treads, we also added risers. Again, because we had carpet over it before. So this part here is the riser. This is the tread. We also added molding at the bottom of the riser to make it be finished, because that's my thing. I want it to look custom and finished. And so this is a wainscoting So we bought some wainscoting from Home Depot, our favorite store.
Yeah.
We love Lowe's too, but Home Depot has most of the stuff we need. So we bought that, painted it white, even though it is white. I wanted a certain color white. And then my husband
I had to cut it all out. And one thing we found out is that each of these, the heights of the risers is not necessarily the same from step to step. And so you try to cut out in bulk, you measure, and I'm just going to cut each and every one out. And then you go back and it's larger or smaller than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And so the moldings also have height mistakes and things that people can't see.
Yep.
So
cover it up.
Cover it up. It's like caulk. Caulk fixes everything.
Oh yeah, and he did caulk it so we could again make it all look finished.
Yeah.
Another lesson learned is that you got to buy the right caulk.
Buy the right caulk. Don't buy cheap
Because
caulk.
it shrinks.
Yeah, it will shrink, crack, and then so you got to buy some premium caulk. So
we probably need to go back and recaulk some stuff now.
Yeah, there's some things over time, as it's gone along, I should say. Again, it's cracked, it's faded, or different things like that. So I'm gonna have to go over and retouch up a couple things.
And I do want to admit that the one set of stairs is a different color than the other set of stairs because I got the same stain, but when they mixed them at the store, they were two different batches and two different colors. So eventually I'm going to restain so that they all are the same color.
I think we got the same color.
No, I know I got the same color. You know, same stuff. Anyways, yes, I got the same color.
So one of the biggest lessons that we've learned about doing the stairs is that it's taken a lot of prep work. And the more prep work that you do, the easier it is to actually accomplish the tasks that you're setting out to do. And one of the things that we did, and in anything in life, that prep work saves time later on. We did. I don't want to say it. No, I don't know. I don't want to know. What's the word? I don't know if I want to say if we did a lot of extensive marriage counseling.
No, we didn't.
So, but we tried to still make some things, to put some things in order before we actually got married, to try to, again, to make sure that we put the work in ahead of time.
We did, and for us, like when we were dating,
prep
work. We didn't kiss. We didn't kiss. We didn't hold hands. We didn't have sex. We stayed pure before our marriage. And I know a lot of people think that's backwards, but for us, it was a blessing.
And a greater appreciation for what it takes, and when we actually did get married, to say that this is something special. It means something special when we look back on it. Just like we look back to these stairs, and it's like, man, the work that we put into this to have the finished product that we have. We're constantly working on things, even in our marriage. We're constantly talking and prepping and talking about different aspects of our lives and to have that communication. Communication is you got to talk before we get married. Lay things out. How many kids do we want to have? Where do you want to live? What do you want to do? What are plans and things like that? And try to talk ahead of time and not have a bunch of surprises later on that come up.
But there's always unexpected.
Yeah.
And same thing when we were doing the stairs. Like, we didn't expect that there was going to be a bunch of paint and dirt under the stairs.
Yeah, I mean, but it was easier to adapt to it, though. So one of the great things about it is that, we're constantly learning, we're constantly growing, we're constantly trying to work at our marriage, just like we're constantly trying to fix this house up. We're constantly trying to do things. And the more we learn, the easier it is for things to happen. So the more we're learning about each other, the more time we're spending, learning about each other. Not saying everything's easy, but it's a little easier than it was the last time. And so that's one of the biggest life lessons that we're learning doing all of this, is that, we put that effort in ahead of time. It makes things a little bit easier the more we go on in life.
So thank you guys for watching again. We love you
Appreciate
already.
You guys.
I mean, we hardly know you, but we love you.
Yeah.
And so
thank you for listening to us again today, for taking time out of your day. So please remember to share,
like,
and subscribe.
That's right.
And we'll see you again on the flip side. Take care.
24/7 shine. 24/7 shine. 3 stick fine.